Hi, everybody. I'm Heather Markel, and welcome to another episode of The Inspired Nomads, where we find out what happens when you leave stability to go travel the world full time. With me today is Flo Wong, who I actually met in a Facebook group. So here's a great example of how, when you're traveling, you connect to people from all kinds of weird ways and end up meeting in person. And we are actually today in Cusco, in Peru. Both of us suffering a bit from altitude sickness.
Yes.
So if we seem a little bit of like,
I'm
it's
more severe.
So Flo, welcome. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, where are you from, and what stability did you leave behind?
From Seattle. I lived in Seattle for 19 years. And stability, a tech job, comfortable tech job that I had, and I quit and sold everything and just took off.
Yeah. Can you tell us why you left? Because I love the story about what was happening around you that inspired you to leave. And sad, but important to talk about.
Yeah. A couple of my coworkers from my last job and the previous job, before the last job, two people died at about my age. One intentional by
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the other one was leukemia. I took her, and she's a little younger than me, and it just made me think that what's really important in life. And I've always wanted to travel, and I was not really happy just being in the rat race for a long time, and it's just kind of changed me. That when the last coworker died, and I went to her memorial, and after her memorial, I bought all my tickets and started traveling.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned they were young, right? In their
Yes.
30s, 40s.
Yes.
Right. So you've heard this before from other guests, and we all experience. Even myself, I had people that retired and unfortunately passed away a month after retirement, and unfortunately, life isn't a guarantee.
No.
So so thank you for reflecting that. It's a sad fact, but I think it's true. When you look back on, one of the things we've all had to give up a lot to have this life of travel. I think you gave up your home. Your car.
I sold my house. I sold my car to my best friend's mom. I sold all my furniture. I narrowed down to 3 boxes. Sent them to my younger brother, and everything I have is with me now.
When you think about that, because I know from the outside looking in, I think the idea of getting rid of all of your stuff feels kind of overwhelming. But now that you've done it and you look back, like, how do you feel about the fact that you gave everything up?
It's great to not have things. I mean, it's not important to have things. I mean, they don't go with you. I mean, when you die, you take nothing with you.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and I had that too. I had such a hard time grasping this concept of I'm gonna not have all this stuff. And can you say we talked a little bit before this interview, and Flo said some really interesting things about the American mentality.
Oh, yes.
Can you say that was so well said?
Yeah. So I went for 4 months of traveling last year, and I saw some extreme poverty, and it sort of transformed. It changed me as a person, and I realized that the American dream, to accumulate, to have a bigger house, better car, you need this to make your life better, and then in order to get this, you need to make more money. It's a vicious cycle, and when I realized that these things don't really make you happy, then I realized that they're not important.
Yeah.
And that's when I could just pull the trigger and sold everything.
Yeah, I think that's so true, is that we're so conditioned, at least in the States, to buy more, and that buying more will make us happy, right?
Right. If you have this, will make your life more comfortable. But then
Yeah.
in order to have this, you need to make more money to have this.
Yeah.
So
it's a never-ending cycle, and I just found like that just makes clutter, right? And clutter actually made me really unhappy. I still have too much; it's terrible, but it's like, but it's so true. It's like the less that we have, the happier we are. And
Yep.
you've noted, I think we both had the experience of traveling to many places that are much more poverty, I think, than
Yes.
we're used to, and yet the people are happy,
Yes.
right?
Yep. They have nothing. I mean, last year when I was in the Philippines, there was a typhoon, just flattened their whole village, and the TV interviewer interviewed this guy. His family lost everything, but then he was still smiling, and said that I still have my family. I just thought, whoa, that's, it's like
Yeah,
things don't matter. I mean, you can accumulate again if you want to.
people do, right?
Yeah.
Things don't matter, people do. There's
Yes.
a
Yes.
nice epiphany.
Yes.
When you started traveling, this is your second round of travel. In either one, did you have a specific goal that you set out with at the beginning of the journey to accomplish, or was it about something else?
I want to learn all the cultures in the world. I want to see the whole world, and also I want to be more self-reliant and self-assured or self-empowered. That's kind of the general goal. I just really want to see the whole world before I check out. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. Are there so far up to now, either the last round of travel, this round of travel, any epiphanies or lessons that you learned that maybe were unexpected or surprising?
That people are very nice. I mean, so far, every country that I've been, even though I don't speak the language, I don't speak much Spanish.
Yeah.
But then they would still try to help me every way they can if I'm lost. And I asked this woman in front of me, it's like, do you know how to get to this train station? And she would walk me to the train station.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's hope for humanity.
Yes.
And also, I mean, there's so much more that I don't know. The more traveling I do, the more I realize how many more places I need to go, or how much I didn't know before that I need to learn.
Yeah.
Does it make sense?
Yes, it's like I think the more we travel, the more we see that we really don't know as much as we thought we did.
Yes,
we have a lot more to learn.
Exactly. See,
Yeah.
It's the altitude.
It is.
I can't speak. It's the altitude.
It is. It's not us. It's the altitude. It's totally the
It's
altitude.
probably me. Partially me, partially altitude. Because we're like at 3,000.
3,500, 3,600 meters, not
Yeah.
feet. Those of you watching
So
America,
that's like over
like
6,000.
I think it's close to 15 or 16,000 feet. Yeah,
I can't calculate
we're
right
not an airplane with like the compressed air where it's out in the air when there's not enough of it.
I need oxygen now. Okay.
I swear we've had no alcohol because if we did, we'd have bad headaches.
Yes.
but it's
I've been drinking a lot of cocoa tea.
yeah, cocoa tea, Munyo tea is another one, and like that whole altitude sickness thing is a blog or a video post in itself. So
It's true. It's brain fog.
right. So here's another question. What about? We're going to be asked if we want to buy something now. This happens in Cusco and around Peru. So speaking of, this is perfect. She was trying to sell us something. Let's talk about money. How are you? Are you working right now? Are you making money as you travel, or if not, how are you affording to continue to travel?
Okay, so I put some money aside in some investment account, so I'm making long-term gains
Great.
slowly, not a whole lot. But right now, I'm not making any money, but eventually, a few months down the road, the plan is to pick up project online because I'm in tech, that I can do that. I don't plan on making a lot of money. I mean, I just need what I need. I mean, need to make what I need.
Yeah.
In a developing country or cheap, inexpensive country.
Yeah.
Cost of living is cheap. I mean, I'm trying to find out where I'm gonna be, but right now I'm just still looking.
Yeah. And I think this is an interesting thing that happens too, is for those of us that break away from the American big house, big apartment, whatever it is, we're living in these smaller spaces where we just need less. So it becomes much more obtainable. The idea of like a project that would actually give you enough money probably for 3 or 6 months of your life, right? Rather than, oh my God, like how do I find my next corporate job?
Mm-hmm.
So
No, you don't need that.
Yeah. It's a whole different way of thinking and a different way of living.
Yes, because making money is not as important as it used to be, because you have to make that money to make the mortgage, pay the insurance,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
no more.
So if you think about this whole journey that you are on, and you think about someone watching this video that might maybe want to do it but feel like they can't for a number of reasons, do you have any tips that you would offer them?
I guess you have to ask yourself what's really important in life. I mean, is it? I mean, is your passion is about making money? Good for you, do it. You know, but then if your dream is to travel the world, but then you feel like that's so scary, you can't give up your good job, good paying job, then you have to ask yourself, what are you really happy?
Yeah.
What makes you happy? What's really important to you?
Yeah, that's great. And I know you were saying that I think last year you were on the road for 4 months.
Yes.
You went home, and then why did you go back out again?
Oh, I couldn't go back to a corporate job. I asked myself, why did I have this big house? Why did I buy this box that I have to make monthly mortgage and then commute an hour each way or sometimes longer? It doesn't make me happy, but then the pay was good, but it's that question of what makes you happy, and I didn't go back. I couldn't go back to corporate. No.
Yeah.
No, not after traveling 4 months and saw 10 countries and mostly developing or poor countries, third world countries. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So it's great. It's like the travel.
expanded my mind and transformed me basically.
Yeah, and I think it's so heartwarming to see that there's a lot of us out there. I think that are either wanting to take this plunge or the ones that have.
You can do it.
Yeah, you absolutely can. And I feel like you do get a whole different mindset because before you do this journey, you trust me that you're thinking in a logical way that makes sense for where you are now.
Right.
But that after you make this leap, that logic completely changes because your realm of possibilities completely expands.
Yes.
And you just will have more faith in yourself.
Yes.
And you'll need different things than
Right.
you actually do from wherever you are right now.
Yes, when you're traveling alone, you're so reliant 100% on yourself, and you feel more self-empowered, and you feel more independent, and you feel that, if once I've done that, you can do more.
Yeah.
So you feel stronger as a person.
And on that note, so female solo travelers, well, first off, you meet other people as you travel.
Yes.
But say something about your experience, because a lot of people, I think, women want to do this, and a lot of them are solo women, and they're scared. So any advice to a solo female out there that wants to do this? And
Common sense. Ask your guest house or Airbnb host where to go, what area to avoid. Use common sense. Don't walk around Joburg at night by yourself, unless you want to be dead or robbed or some, use common sense and research your travel, but don't let fear takes over you. Then you can't really go anywhere.
Yeah.
And don't believe everything they say on the news. It's not true. Colombia is safe.
Yeah.
To walk around.
Yeah.
And use common sense.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I've had that same experience where, I went into a country with such fear and trepidation from the news, from my friends and family that have read that news, and found a completely different experience in Colombia as well as one of those places where I thought it was going to be all drug dealers and big guns. And you know what? I took some photos with the cops with the big guns. They were very nice. I didn't see any drugs. I'm sure they're there somewhere, but honestly,
I didn't see any drugs either. I was there for a month.
Yeah.
I didn't see any drugs.
Yeah. So any last tips or advice or comments for anyone watching?
If I can do it, you can do it too.
Right? High five. Love that. Cool. Well, thank you everyone for watching. And Flo, if someone watching wanted to get in touch with you, what is the best way for them to do that? Instagram. What's your Instagram account?
It's Flo Ariet.
I'll type that below.
Okay.
So don't worry about that. Flo Ariet. Great on Instagram. So reach out to Flo if you have any further questions. And also, if you would like to be on the show, I would love to have you. You can fill out an interview questionnaire at www.interviewquestionnaire.com. If you happen to be following me on Facebook or my blog, hey, and we happen to be in the same place at the same time, these interviews are really fun. I'd love to meet up with you and do it live. Otherwise, you can give me a shout out too at heathermarkel.com with any comments about the series, or if you'd like to see me ask any specific questions to a future guest, please let me know. You can also check out our Facebook group, which is the Inspired Nomads, and I will look forward to seeing you on the next episode of the Inspired Nomads. Until then, bye-bye. Bye.